So hi, Holy Noise Podcast. I'm Shane,
I'm Glory.
and we're here with.
Hey, I'm Andy.
I'm Sandy, and you're here with Grove Street.
We're asking some questions. Say about the upcoming album, The Path to Righteousness. So congrats on that, by the way. How do you feel about the response to the announcement so far?
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you very
been
much, man.
yeah, it's been pretty good. Thank you, first of all. Yeah, it's been a ride so far. I would say it's a load of good comments. I don't think I've seen any bad ones so far. So yeah, looking forward to it, man.
Hell yeah, the
Been a
album
long time coming, to
rocks.
be honest with you. Thank
Mhm.
you.
Album goes hard.
Yeah.
For sure.
Hell yeah.
So is there
Glad
any
you dig it.
meaning... Fuck yeah. Is there any meaning behind the album title or cover art?
So the path to righteousness really kind of like represents the journey, I guess, you go on like throughout life, trying to achieve whatever goals you want to achieve. Some will call it, I guess, like the pursuit of happiness, or wherever you want to be in life, wherever you see your life going. And basically, each song kind of represents like something different that's thrown at you, that throws you off that path. And there's all sorts of stuff that we get thrown at in life that changes our direction or takes us off that path. So the art kind of, yeah, it kind of represents that in a way, where you've got different things attacking people on that path. You've got like the snake, you've got the executioner just chopping people up, you've got the swinging axe and stuff like that. Andre Butskov did that art, and he absolutely killed it. It's sick.
Hell yeah.
Fuck
All
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit about your writing process for this album?
Cool, long, the longest
Yeah.
thing I think I've ever been a part of. But man, like I think we went into it just trying to achieve everything that we have done so far as a band in the last like 4 EPs that the band's done.
Mm-hmm.
Basically just tried to mix everything together. We've all got different influences spanning over that vast amount of different genres. So I feel like we've achieved everything that we wanted to take from everyone's favorite styles of music and just thrown it all in there. It's just a big mix of everything we love.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the thing is we had a lot thrown at us in during that whole writing process. We had member changes halfway through it. We then had obviously the pandemic, and a lot of bands were able to kind of write full records in that time. But for me and Andy, we were like key workers, so we didn't get that time off. So we were still sort of working and still trying to find the time to write in the midst of all of that without being able to meet up. So yeah, it took a long time, but to be honest with you, I think it's worth it. I think people will be able to tell, they'll listen to it and hear the amount of time that's gone into it, if you get me.
Yeah.
For sure.
So can you kind of give a timeline of like when the album writing started and when you guys kind of finished the record entirely?
Jeez.
Spans over what, a good 5-year period?
I mean, I think
Holy
we
shit.
we actually started writing for it in about 2018. So yeah, I mean, to be fair, the record has been finished for a fair while now. It took us about a year to sort of do all the pre-production and recording stuff, and the editing process as well. And then we had a bit of time to mix it, send it off to to labels and stuff, and get the plan behind it. So yeah, it's taken about a year and a half for the behind the scenes stuff to kind of go through.
All right. Goddamn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Long
Yeah.
time, long time.
Slow
So-
burn.
yeah, we're excited.
As you should be.
Sure.
Thank
So
you.
what song off this album took the longest to write, and which one is each of your own personal favorite?
Oh,
I'm trying to
we
think.
haven't been asked this yet. Oh, no, which one was the longest? There was a song that we actually had, and we split it into 2 different songs. So we basically took like the first half and the second half, and then made them into 2 different songs. I would say, I can't remember which song that was though. Was that Ulterior Motives that we did that for?
Yeah, I actually think it was either Ulterior or Path, because
Yeah.
like basically the way that our kind of writing process was working at the time was I'd sort of write a whole song, and then we would I'd demo it out and stuff. Then we'd listen back to it and then pick it apart and put it back together, basically. And I seem to remember Ulterior Motives took. I mean, I must have demoed that out like 4 different times, and there was 4 different processes of ripping it apart, putting it back together, taking it apart, putting it back together. It took forever, but that is my favorite song on the record because each part is just so sick, and I feel like it encapsulates our general sound like the best out of all the songs. Like it's got the like hip hop grooves to it, it's got thrashy riffs to it, and I can't give too much away, but the outro is like, probably my proudest moment on the record, to be honest.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
I would say my favorite's probably Caught Slipping, just for the thrashy riff we have towards the end of the song. I won't say more than that, but that's probably my favorite purely for that riff.
All right. I'm glad that I've already heard the record because you guys are doing a great job of hyping it up.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that.
Of course. So how'd the track list for the album come about? Did you guys write the opener be the opener, closer be a closer? Did you shuffle around and see what fits? What was that process like?
That's a good one, actually.
I think some of the songs we wrote to flow into certain songs, so we already had like a bit of an idea there. There was like I'd say like a loose structure already there. Because to be honest with you,
I wouldn't want the album to come across as like a concept album, because it's not. Like there is a a story behind each song, but I wouldn't call it a concept album.
Okay. And then like in your previous EPs, like was it always the flowing into the songs, or was this new for the album?
What you mean in terms of track flow?
Yeah, like in terms of the tracks flowing in, yeah, that's always something that I've just personally liked. I like it when bands have that sort of transition rather than just like finishing a song, starting a song. I feel like that's kind of lazy. It's just when you're listening to a whole album as well, it adds to the vibe of it, Yeah,
for sure, absolutely. So, would you guys be able to tell us where your headspace is at while you're creating this record?
A lot of it was frustration, to be honest. Just like, why the fuck is it taking so long? But
I think like the headspace kind of helped with the story behind it, though, because we were going through COVID. We were stripped of what we could do daily. There was a lot of things that we couldn't go touring, we couldn't play shows, couldn't do anything like that. So I think the headspace definitely added to the general direction of what we wanted the album to be about, which definitely worked in our favor. Like frustration, like stress, and all those kind of things just added to it being what it is. So,
and how did you guys kind of like? Obviously, it helped with the actual writing process because those are kind of like what you wanted, like those emotions are what you wanted in the songs. But how did you guys kind of work through that during the writing process, like the stress of just like wanting the fucking album out, but it just couldn't get done?
No other choice to just deal with it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I guess at some point in that process, like the process itself became part of the process, and we just had to, embrace that,
Mm-hmm.
But because it's the album, the band's first, it's our debut LP, so we didn't want to do anything short. We wanted it to be perfection. We wanted it to reach the largest audience it possibly could, and the fact that we've got UNFD behind us, I feel like we can achieve everything that we wanted to do with this record now.
Absolutely.
So how do you recommend your fans to listen to this album for the first time? Should do in the car with friends, in the dark with headphones on? Is it a workout album, party album? What do you personally recommend?
Loud. Just loud. Whatever way is the best way you like listening to music, just stick it on loud.
Do you agree?
For me personally, I would say get yourself in your car, go on a motorway or a highway, and fucking have it, mate.
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
Turn out loud.
If you get caught speeding, we ain't picking the fines up.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Don't send us the ticket.
So this one should be
enough of them myself.
That's too real.
Me and you both,
Fuckers.
Oh my
Fuckers.
god. Damn. So this one should be super, super quick off the top of your heads. I want you guys to describe this album for new listeners in 3 words. 3 words each, 6 total. No more, no less.
Okay, Andy, you go first.
Can I just say riffs 3 times?
Riffs.
Just riffs, man. Like that's the one thing I can
It's
take on.
just riffs.
There
That's
you
your
go.
3 words.
I'm a guitarist, so you know I'm pure riff lover.
Hell
Uh-huh.
yeah.
I'm going to say hard, fast, and groovy.
Hard,
Nice.
fast, groovy. Hell
Alright.
yeah.
So in that same train of thought, is there a certain feeling or emotion you want listeners to have while going through the album?
To be honest with you, from my perspective, you know, I've worked on quite a few of the songs lyrically, and I left a lot of it quite ambiguous. So whatever they feel they, you know, relate from their personal lives and their perspective, great. You know, I wasn't writing it and being like, oh, I really want, you know, X, Y, Z to feel this emotion because that's what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
I write my lyrics a little bit like I'll relate them to what I'm going through personally, but I'll leave it quite open to interpretation, you know.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd definitely be the same. As long as people can listen to it, relate it to their own lives, and feel some form of connection with it, fantastic. But also, it's a fun record as well. Have fun with it. Listen to it. You know, jam out.
For sure.
That's what we want. That's
Absolutely.
what we want most. Just have fun.
Sure.
Oh yeah. Sandy, do you have a favorite lyric off the album? And Andy, you said, you know, you're big on the riffs. Do you have a favorite riff on the record?
I'll let Sandy go first with the lyrics.
Favorite line on there? There's quite a few. I remember coming up with a few and just being like, "Wow, that's actually like." You know, I surprised myself. I was like, "Fuck me, man, that's clever for you, dude." I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I mean, one that's quite prominent to me, not so much in that sense, but I remember writing Lessons of the Past around the time of all the BLM stuff that was going on. It was around the time, obviously, you know, George Floyd died and stuff, and there was a lot of marches going on in the UK. And I actually went to one in Southampton, and I remember seeing some of like the plaques that people were holding, and some of those lines that I saw provoked me into, you know, writing certain lines. So I think one of them for me would be protect and serve, you swear to preach, murder and hurt, the reality you teach. I think the last bit was literally written on a plaque. So yeah, I remember sort of taking that and being like, yeah, I'm gonna put that in the song.
Hell yeah.
Nice. And Andy?
Yeah.
My riffs, I'm gonna pick two for 2 different reasons. The opening riff and Path is hard. I love playing that. It's a little bit unconventional with the way we play it as well. It's not just a standard like power chordy type riff. Really enjoy playing that. I think it kicks in quite hard. And then there's a slow section in Born to Lose. Like we've been playing it live quite often as well. There's the slow section in Born to Lose, which kind of just gives me that break. Gives all of us a bit of a break from all the thrashy stuff live.
Yeah.
But it's just a vibe, that section. I love playing it. I love the way it sounds. Like, so yeah, that'd be my 2 favorite riffs.
Sounds good.
Hell yeah. So are you guys able to touch on any particularly challenging or standout moments from the creation of this album, positive or negative?
I guess when it was done for me, like it honestly just felt like such an achievement, to be honest with you. Where we've been going at it for so long, and you know, there were certain times during the process where it was like, I don't know if this is going to get done. You know, I don't know if we're actually going to still be a band by the time we actually get around to finishing this. Because it was quite challenging at times. So when we actually had it done, and you know, I've kept it actually. Like we had like a board that was like crosses for like a checklist, I guess.
Yeah.
For like the writing process, and when we had that all checked off, it was like, fuck, man, like as if that's actually like done. You know, I can't describe the feeling. It was amazing.
Yeah, I'll agree with Sandy on all of that. It was the process was long and it was stressful, and then just at the end of it, having it completely done or ticked off, it was like just such a good
made
feeling.
it. Yeah.
Literally, yeah. It did genuinely feel like that. Oh my god, we've made it through this like 4-year journey. Like
exactly.
Oh yeah.
Satisfying.
So for this question, I want you to picture you're on tour, you're at a gas station for a rest stop. What's your snack of choice?
Oh, whereabouts? Just wherever.
because American
Yeah.
This is true, yeah.
snacks can be massively different to here.
I don't know what you
Yeah.
guys have over there, so
Yeah.
we'll go with what you guys have.
Petrol
Well,
stations.
if we stopped at like a gas station or a service station on the motorway, it would definitely have to be a vegan sausage roll from Greg's. It's like a bake.
Shout.
It's like a bakery spot.
Yeah. Hell yeah. For the UK, I'm with Andy. For out in Europe, they got these things called biffies. It's like a pepperami, like a salami sausage, wrapped in bread. Kind of shitty, but when you're out there, it's like the dream.
Okay.
Yeah, I fuck with it.
You know what? Fuck yeah. I support that. Support that.
Appreciate
No.
it.
Guys got
yeah.
some whack shit over there.
No. it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, saying that, tour in Europe, like for food and stuff, is definitely a lot harder than anywhere else. Like a lot of places close by like 11 p.m. So after shows, it's hard to get food and that. Like gas station stuff, there isn't a vast amount of stuff that like a lot of people can eat. So it can be difficult.
Yeah,
but the biffies save people's lives, I'm telling you.
Yes, they do.
They're lifesavers. Okay.
All right. So on the topic of food, if the band was a dish, what dish would the band be and why?
Ooh, that's difficult because we've got meat eaters and vegans. So
Oh, I don't know on that one.
I would say some form of like pasta pesto dish type thing.
Oh.
I'll have to come back to you on that one.
All right, you could. I mean, we'll just say you agree with Andy's answer, or are you totally against that?
Yeah, we'll roll with that. I was trying to come up with something, but my mind's just gone totally blank. Maybe like a hot pot noodle, because it's like it's fast and it fucking hits.
Sounds good. All right.
Okay, perfect.
Good answer, actually.
So
There you go.
for the last couple questions, we're going to shift completely away from music and go straight to death row.
Boom.
So if you're on death row, what would your last meal be with a drink?
Oh, my last meal. I'd have to go with something like proper English and like homemade. I'll probably go with like a cottage pie or something.
And how are you washing that down?
Ooh, a Pabst Blue Ribbon.
All right, sounds good.
For me, I've got to go with my mum's Christmas dinner.
Nice.
And I'm probably washing that down with a mojito.
All right.
Oh, shit. All
Very
right.
good.
Mm-hmm. So if you could live in one fictional world for a week, where would you live?
Oh, fictional world for a week.
Mm-hmm.
Any fictional world, like TV, gaming, anything.
Anything.
Okay, God of War, the world of God of War in the Norse era.
Damn. Okay.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Okay. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
Right now, just on an interview real quick. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
For me, I've got I don't know. I'm gonna say Lord of the Rings. I'm gonna live in the Shire.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah, that sounds
that's a
livable.
spot right there.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Fuck yeah.
So I've done a asking the last question. Every single person that we've spoken to have said that it is the most important question. What's your favorite color?
Blue.
Blue,
All right.
Damn.
sky blue specifically.
Nice.
Okay.
Andy, do you have a specific shade?
I know it's royal blue, and it's the exact same reason for Sandy is because it's our football team colours.
All right.
You can see it right
Damn.
there.
At least you're consistent. Fuck
Sounds
yeah.
good. So as I said, that's all the questions you have today. Is there anything that you would like to plug?
Album out September 29th on UNFD, The Path to Righteousness. Check it out.
Get it.
Hell yeah. All right.
Hell yeah.
Well, thank you. Now it's been Andy and Sandy from Grove Street, and we have been the Good Noise Podcast.